Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode on the Fashion Fables podcast. Today, I am welcoming Sandy, digital content creator from Norway. Sandy, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm so excited that we can finally do it, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so let's get started. Sandy, if you can begin by telling us a bit about yourself and your career path.
Yeah, so I'm Sandy, 28 years old, and I'm from Germany, but I grew up in Florida. Then later I moved to Australia, and now I ended up in Norway.
Oh, so, wow.
A little bit of a stretch. I studied hotel management, but I'm not currently working in that field. So at the moment, I'm just staying at home with my puppy since I moved to Norway, and yeah. I started my Instagram actually when I moved here because I wanted something to do, and I needed a creative outlet to show all my pink stuff, and that's what I did.
That is awesome. Yeah, I love that. I feel like the beauty of Instagram is like you can have an account where it's like not so specifically like where you have to care about your followers or how many likes you're getting. Like you're simply posting because you enjoy it, and I think that's what
absolutely
makes you grow even more when you're more authentic and you find more group of people that you can kind of relate to. And I think it can be such a positive community if you find the right type of like Instagram accounts and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if it's too forced, people will notice, and that just comes across weird.
Yeah, no.
In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, what inspired you to create your pretty platform, mainly pinks, and what is your purpose behind it?
So, when I started the account, I just really wanted to have a place where I can share all my pink stuff, because in real life, not a lot of my friends and family like pink.
Okay.
They actually always said, like, it's too much, it's too childish, and I don't agree. I just think everybody can do what they want. And I thought it was so nice because I didn't know how huge the pink community actually was. So it was awesome to get to know people from all over the world. And yeah, absolutely love it. And I mainly just share, like, my handbags in my beauty room, but also try to put in some personal stuff. But yeah, that was kind of the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, pink is my favorite color, and so when I come across these, like, pink Instagram accounts, which I didn't realize that there was even, like, a pink community out there, you know what I mean? With, like,
no, me neither.
Until I guess, created my podcast account and started exploring more. But it definitely, accounts like yours definitely catch my eye because it's a color that I personally like, and I don't know, I feel like my room's been pink since I was born, and it's just like a color I guess I grew up loving. And so when I see accounts like yours, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm not the only one, and it makes, I don't know, for some reason I always get along with like the people who have like the pink accounts, and I'm like,
yeah, same.
I'm like, it must be the color. But
yeah, and like I also liked pink since I was a little child. And later on, I tried to, like, kind of get away from it because it wasn't cool or the, cool thing to do. But I just realized, like, do what makes you happy, and you shouldn't try to change just so people think you're grown up or I don't know.
Exactly. No, I know. Me too.
Everybody should do what they want.
Yeah, everyone has the ability to kind of be who they want to be in real life, in social media, and I think it's super important to stay true to yourself. And I also agree because I don't think I'll ever grow out of the color. Like, I'm in college now and I'm still like obsessed with it. So that's awesome. So how do you use social media as a positive outlet? I guess this goes into what we were talking about, to kind of connect with other creators and find more of yourself.
So, like I said, I created it when I moved to Norway. It was quite the culture shock because before that I lived in Australia, and it was so cold and dark when I got here, so I decided to create my pink room and create the account that I have now. And it was really nice to have like a little escape, I guess. And yeah, I just love following all the pink family, and it's just so much fun. And also really inspiring because, yeah, it just shows that like, people are going to be interested in what you have to show and say and stuff. It's just really nice.
Yes, I agree. It's crazy how supportive people can be on Instagram and social media.
Yeah.
And not that, like, you depend on that, but it also, like, makes you feel appreciated for the kind of the content you're putting out there, because,
yeah,
like, I feel like it definitely takes a lot of work, and you have to be kind of detail-oriented to know, like, how you're going to attract, like, I don't know, followers, like, because there's so many accounts out there that I feel like you have to find a way to, like, stick out for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, like,
and I also think it's so nice that you can, because a lot of people say, like, Instagram is kind of toxic and so fake, but, I mean, you can really decide who you follow and what you want to see, and it can be such a positive place, and I think a lot of people are very uplifting, actually. Yeah. You just have to figure out who to follow.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that, because I totally agree. Like, personally, when I go on Instagram, it's like I look forward to it and kind of thing. Like, for example, like, if you have a new post or something, like, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I love this, and it honestly just inspires me and stuff like that. But I definitely agree that, like, it's, like, what you make of it, and I have, like, no problem, like, if I feel like an account is just, like, not positive, or it's making me feel down about myself, like, I will unfollow, just, like, nothing personally, but sometimes, like, you just kind of have to eliminate that so that you do find that positive community. But I'm really glad.
Yeah. I think it's really important to do that, because after all, it's your mental health, and you have to make sure that that's all good. And if unfollowing or muting people helps, then that's absolutely fine.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you said that, because I definitely agree. And then this is a little just like side thing. So when you were in Australia, did you kind of feel like you weren't able to express your love for pink as much because of, like, the darker environment you were in? Or, like, yeah, like, how did that kind of work, where, like, once you got to, like, Norway, you were kind of super inspired, not only with the color pink, but then...
No, I meant, like, when I moved to Norway, it was so dark, the weather was so dark, and people here, they dress quite dark, because it's so cold, they wear, like, dark clothes. But when I was in Australia, it was just... summer basically all the time.
Okay.
So when I came here, I realized I need to change something to make myself feel happy again. So, yeah, that was pink.
That's so sweet.
It sounds cheesy, but yeah.
No, good for you. Sometimes it's, like, the little things that can make, like, the biggest impact.
Exactly.
And so, like, finding that, like, love for pink and then starting your platform kind of helped you find yourself again, and just kind of helped you adjust to, I guess, the new environment you were living in.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I met so many people from all over, basically, and it just helped make me not feel so alone and have something to do, I guess.
Right.
Also found some people from Norway, which was really fun as well.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad you found that outlet for yourself. And it seems to be working really well. And I love how now you, like, incorporated that with, like, your puppy, because it's adorable.
Yeah.
So, going into Norway, so, like, what is fashion like in the country you're living in, and how do you describe your personal fashion style?
So, I guess due to the climate, it's just really practical. I guess a lot of jeans and t-shirt. It's definitely not pink. I rarely ever see anything in pink in stores, or somebody wearing, like, you really, really stick out. And my style is very girly and, like, classy feminine. I wear mainly dresses and skirts. And actually, when I got my dog, I needed to buy some pants, because I didn't even own a pair of jeans.
Wow.
So I guess that says a lot.
And you didn't want, like, your puppy scratching.
But yeah. But I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind standing out. So it's fine. I just look like a pink Barbie. But that's alright.
Oh. Yeah, no, literally. You shouldn't kind of change your fashion style just because you're in a new location. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like the whole point... Yeah.
Sorry?
No, I was just going to say, like...
A lot of people said when I moved here that, oh, you're going to change so much, you'll see, but not really. And you shouldn't, just for the environment. Absolutely not.
Right. Like, yes, like I was gonna say, like just because you're somewhere else, like you should want to be yourself, because not only will you potentially be a trendsetter where you're now living, but you're making yourself happy and not kind of listening to what other people say just because. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I do think, like, I often notice people smiling when they see me because it is such a, like, breath of fresh air, I guess, because most people are dressed so dark, and then they see me and they smile. Aww. Especially now with my little dog, because she also has, like, a pink harness, and then, yeah.
It's like Barbie and her dog, so cute.
Yeah.
Aw. Well, that's amazing that you stay true to yourself. Sometimes it can be hard because you care too much about, like, what people think, and, like, especially, like, in a new place, you, like, want to fit in more because you want to meet people and stuff like that. But, like, when you stay true to yourself is when you find the people who you are meant to be friends with and who you're meant to have relationships with. And so I think that's just, like, really important for life and in general, that you shouldn't alter who you are just because of a new place or...
Yeah. I think it's definitely harder if you're in school or something because you really, really want to fit in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would just say try to stay true to yourself, and it will always pay off because you'll find your true friends and, yeah, how you're truly meant to be, regardless of fashion or just beliefs.
Yes, definitely. So, going on to your content, so how would you describe the way you shoot your content, and, like, what sorts of things do you enjoy posting? I know you talked about Pink and your dog, but just any little details that maybe you could share.
So, I've always loved photography, especially nature photography, but then I decided to make this account, and I love handbags, so I figured I'd share my handbags. And I slowly started incorporating, like, beauty bits and stuff like that. But I always just use my phone to take pictures. But I have this app called YouCam Perfect. I don't know if you know it, but it has such a, like, soft filter. So It makes everything look really cohesive and pretty. So that's kind of it. And I never really take a lot of pictures. I probably take 3 shots maximum. Because, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I've never been one to take, like, 20 or more pictures.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah.
I need to, like, work on that because I take so, like, I don't know. I always am worried, like, I need it to look perfect, so then I'll take a bunch of pictures, but then it honestly makes it harder because then you have to go through more and, like,
yeah, absolutely,
see which ones look good, and then I'm, like, indecisive, so I'm, like, I don't know. Yeah.
So I have a hard time deciding, so I limit myself to, like, 3 maximum, and most of the time they turn out good, so that's fine. I use, like, a ring light because here it is dark quite, like, most of the year, so I do need the extra help from ring lights and stuff because otherwise it just wouldn't work out. But yeah, that's basically it, and then I just use a few filters on Instagram, like, just adjusting color and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's not that much to it, but obviously it takes quite a long time to set it all up. But yeah, the actual picture taking process and editing is really short.
I love that. I just feel like that's so different because a lot of people I talk to are like, took so many pictures and, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take your advice and do, like, 3 pictures because I think it's just, like, it saves you time, and, like, sometimes when I look back a month later, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, it looks like I have 20 pictures, but they all look the same. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I never force myself, like, I have to be in the mood to take pictures, so sometimes in the evening I'm like, oh, I'll just go take some pictures real quick, and I'm back in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But yeah, I just have to be in the mood, and then it just works out perfectly.
Yeah, no, that's
But like
amazing.
I said, I've always loved taking pictures, so yeah.
I think the hardest part is, like, planning out what you want in the photo and, like, how you're gonna lay it out and stuff like that. But I definitely think that, like, the taking the pictures should not be as complicated as I make it. But but yeah, no, thank you. That actually was super helpful.
Well, I'm glad.
And so now, in addition, what inspired you to make a platform for your puppy, going to your dog, and how does this go hand in hand with your blog?
So I've been wanting a dog for a really long time, and since I moved to Norway, I just thought it would be perfect because I have a lot of time, And it was actually really spontaneous in getting my dog. I found her the same day before I even picked her up. I checked if her name was available, which is my pretty pink Pomchi. So I wanted it to sound similar to my account, so people understand it belongs together.
Yes.
And it was available, so that was perfect. And I instantly started buying a whole lot of stuff for her.
It's so cute. Oh my goodness.
And I figured, like, I didn't want to mix it too much with my account because I know that not everybody's interested in that. I do have some pictures of her, obviously, on my account, but I thought I could keep it separate, which was actually so awesome because I found so many, like, puppy friends for her already. And I also found really, really amazing small businesses of people that specialize in small dogs, and that was so fun to find and experience, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Oh wow, that's so cool. And what is your dog's name?
Coco.
Oh, that's my dog's name. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, but
yeah, she's a little Pomchi, like Pomeranian Chihuahua mix.
Okay. Oh, she's tiny. But yeah, my dog is like, her name is Coco, but she's like, you could just imagine like a little white fluffy dog. Like, she's just
so
like
cute.
looks like a cotton ball, literally.
Oh.
But I think it's amazing because you kind of like took it to the next level, and you got a dog, but also you're like, I can do something more with this. Plus, you can like buy some stuff and put your dog in pink too. So like, it's kind of like your best friend in dog form. You know what I mean? And
oh, absolutely, she's my everything.
Oh, and then
rides and shopping, and
I
know that sounds silly, but she really enjoys going out with me and looking at stuff.
She's like a diva.
Yeah, a little bit. And we've been traveling so much already, and even on the plane and everything, it went so well. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, couldn't be better.
So, is it difficult when you try to put like something pink on her? Like, does she like kind of sit still, or is she anxious more?
Oh, it's so funny because she's like a model. She understands when I want to take a picture. So one of my recent pictures was with one of my bags, and I was a little nervous because she's in her teenager phase and they bite a lot. I was worried that she was going to attack my bag, but she knew I was going to take a picture of her, so she started like kind of posing, and it's perfect. And she doesn't mind dressing up at all.
That's perfect.
She wants to copy me, so like she has this little necklace, and when I put on jewelry, she waits for me to put on her jewelry.
Wow.
It's really funny.
Oh my gosh, that's legit. When I get older, I need a dog like that. That's like me. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's special, but she's definitely a handful.
Yeah, I'm sure. Is she gonna, how big is she gonna get?
I think that's it. Like, they told me she won't grow much more at all, and she's probably half the size of a cat. She's really, really small. So she's like under 2 kilos. I'm not quite sure what that is in pounds, but she's tiny. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe she's gonna grow a little bit more. Like, her fur will still develop, but I don't think she's gonna get much taller.
Right. Oh my god, adorable. I'm so glad that you got her. That is so cute. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I had so much fun talking to you and just learning.
Oh, me too. I'm glad we finally got to do it.
Yeah, about your love for pink and your dog and you, and it was awesome. So thank you so much.
Of course.